There's really only one reason why Meghan Markle fails at everything she tries. But there could be a fix, a simple fix, to rebuild that reputation she keeps destroying. And we'll cover it all today because Meghan Markle is struggling to prove herself. It's one public embarrassment after the other. She's trying so hard to succeed at something. She's throwing so much spaghetti at the wall, but nothing sticks. She's not able to master any skill, not in cooking, not in fashion, not in making jams, and certainly not in speaking. But there's one thing she is really good at, and that is to get attention. In just a few days, she managed to shock everyone. First, that video she filmed in Paris, in the same tunnel Princess Diana died. Then showing up at the fashion show, like a scene out of Zoolander. Then the awkward kiss with the designer. And finally, the Fortune magazine interview, where she got booed before even stepping on the stage, to then deliver a bunch of word salads. It's just embarrassing. But yes, attention is what she wants. She needs it. She craves it. And that constant need for admiration, that hunger for being seen, is a typical narcissist behavior. So why is it that Meghan Markle fails at everything she does? And a quick welcome to you, and thank you so much for watching, for always commenting. I really appreciate that. If you could also hit that like and subscribe and the hype button, I really appreciate that too. Meghan, is there any successful future possible, or is all hope lost? First, let's unpack the big mistake we can all learn from. And to be fair, Meghan stays strong. I gotta give her that. No matter how low she drops, she keeps believing in herself and her success.
I believe in myself. I believe in our potential for success.
But what success does she really have? She married a prince, which made her famous instantly. Famous, but not successful. Fame gives you visibility. Success gives you credibility. Meghan makes headlines. People talk about her, but they're fed up of listening to her. The truth is, Meghan never built her success like others. Meghan entered the royal family and was handed a global platform on a silver plate just overnight. She suddenly thinks she's successful, but instead of actually building a foundation and earning respect, she skips all the steps and claims to be an expert in business. Because it's easy?
Everything's easier than it seems. Really, really easy. It's really easy to do.
Everything she does feels like another performance because she's good at acting. Every interview feels so fake, even if she repeats that she's so authentic 100 times.
Organically and authentically. But also to be authentic. What do I authentically, organically want to share? And to live my life really authentically.
She repeats the same stories of when she was 11 years old, and I've covered all of that in other videos on my channel. The bottom line is that she never has something new to tell, even if she says she works so hard.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard, and I'm still working hard.
Meghan's ambitious has led to big business disasters. As a quick summary, not one, but 2 podcast shows flopped completely. They were not about authentic conversations, but about control. Guests were filtered, stories were polished, and nothing felt real, and people notice. Then Meghan's brand, as ever, to elevate your everyday and inspire moments of joy. Yet, in reality, her jams, they don't bring much joy. Meghan never shares any sales numbers, but the load of criticism, not just about the quality, but also the marketing. Experts call it a failed jam. She also lacks genuine involvement in the productivity process, and her brand has been labeled as a copycat of other celebrity brands. I'll definitely talk more about those successful celebrities in a minute. People don't see innovation in Meghan, they see imitation. And honestly, if it would be that good, people would rave about it. But even with millions spent on PR, Meghan's brand flops. I'm not sure if you found the reason of her failing record yet, but we must mention the Netflix cooking show, the biggest flop of 2025. With love, Meghan. Many moments in the show rubbed people in a very wrong way. Internet exploded with backlash. Rating scores sank, and Netflix definitely regrets making that expensive deal. Season 2 was already recorded, so they had to publish it. But these reviews, they say enough. Bland, pointless, a recipe for disappointment. No sparkle from Markle, lifeless, So superficial. Everything is done just for cameras. I've asked people and they've all avoided it like a plague. So what's really happening? And I didn't even mention her children's book and other smaller flops. But have you noticed the repeating cycle? Launch, hype, backlash, disappear. And it always ends with more confusion about who is Meghan trying to be? Here's the truth and the real reason Meghan fails at everything she does. She's not lacking ambition. She's not lacking belief in herself. The real reason she keeps failing is because she tries to be an expert at everything, all at once. A duchess? An actress? A businesswoman? A podcaster? A cook? A chef? A fashionista? But she's not good at anything. She's not an expert at anything. Look at Victoria Beckham, or Gwyneth Paltrow, or Jennifer Aniston, or other celebrities that I've analyzed on my channel. Many of you were surprised about Victoria Beckham. As you commented on that video too, she's genuine. She earned respect because she built her fashion brand, worked hard for decades. She's involved in every part of the business. Victoria is vulnerable and gets sympathy. She proved herself. Victoria comes on Netflix, it blows up, the ratings are sky high. But Meghan's, it flops. Victoria picked one lane, fashion, and she mastered it. She's an expert. She stayed in her zone and people took her seriously. Even if she's also married to a famous football star, she still built her own success. Did you actually watch that Netflix show? Meghan keeps throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something will stick, but it never does. So until Meghan figures out who she really is, everything she does will continue to flop. So what's next for Meghan? Well, according to a recent Daily Mail article, there are a few possible career moves, and honestly, they could work if she finally gets real, if she stops performing, if she stops trying so hard to be perfectly polished, because the more she tries, the more she appears inauthentic and fake. So the first option could be writing a memoir, only and only if she's truly honest. It would help Meghan escape from the spotlight a bit and could be her redemption. I do like what Ingrid Seward said in the article. Meghan and Harry have a high-maintenance lifestyle, but they don't have to live like that. They could dial down a little and write some books. Now that could be a real challenge for Meghan, to dial down. Someone like her who craves and needs attention, she needs the spotlight to fuel her narcissism. Do you think she could dial down? Let me know in the comments. The next option is becoming an influencer. This source suggests that Meghan could be a trad wife or momfluencer. Quote, with her desire to create a perfect family home, particularly with the British public appetite to know more about Archie and Lily. Now I guess it could work since she already knows how to draw attention. Only if she can be authentic and not perfectly performed in a perfect looking home with the perfect looking outfit and jewelry. What do you think? Another option is returning to acting. Meghan could go back to the beginning, and whether you think Meghan is a good actress or not, the reasoning of this source makes sense. Quote, actors need to win admiration for their successes, not for their complaining. Actors and their characters blur in the mindsets of the public. So if an actor plays a lovable character, that actor will be associated with lovability of their character, and their reputation will skyrocket. So what do you think about Meghan's future? Is there any hope for her? Now, I'm not a fan, I'm not a hater either, but I do think there's a valuable lesson that we can learn from Meghan. And that is really simple. Stick to one thing that is truly yours and commit to it, master it. Because success doesn't come from being seen, it comes from being real. And if you want a great example of what being real and authentic looks like, just click on the video, I'll link to it below or it will pop up and I'll see you there.